Vipers, and welcome to VTV.
Here are your announcements for Friday, September 4th.
Next week's speech and debate team is having a meeting moved to Tuesday due to Labor Day.
Broadcast Club will be meeting this Tuesday in room E8 right after school.
A couple weeks ago, we had the privilege of having Dylan Gardner perform at our school.
Here's a recap of Dylan and his awesome band.
John and you'll be Yoko. Yeah, just sit back and watch our love grow. I'll be winter, you'll be summer. I couldn't ask for just another. I'll be Sunday.
My band, me, Mark, and Nick, the bass player, we're all best friends. Nick's been Mark's best friend since freshman year of high school. So.
Come on, let's get started. Just don't leave me broken hearted. Oh, come on, let's get started. You are my love. Come on, let's get started. All your problems disregarded. Oh, come on, let's get started. We can say what you want, not ever give it up. Just
We put it on right before the show. It's I wouldn't say we would have any look. Our instruments probably like coordinate in color or something. It's at some point that's kind of fun. On each album cycle, maybe we do like a color scheme of the album.
I'll be quiet, you'll be dangerous. Want to show you just how love is. I'll be singing, you'll be humming. Baby, know that we got something. I'll be laughing, you'll be dancing. I guess I'll have to take the chance and see you stand and think about it. Baby, what if we got started now? Come on, let's get started. Just don't leave me broken hearted. Oh, come on, let's get started. You are my love. Come on, let's get started. All your problems disregarded. Oh, come on, let's get started.
I think it's brought down my true self. I mean, honestly, most of the time I'm a really socially awkward person. I just like never. I mean, especially when I was younger, I did not know how to talk to, let alone girls, humans. So when I started to play music, that was almost a way for me to break the ice, and I would feel like my true self and my true confidence comes out when I have a guitar around me or I play music or anything.
Now, come on, let's get started. Just don't leave me broken hearted. Oh, come on, let's get started. You are my
It's the best feeling in the entire world. I mean, right before I went on stage, I took my brother's hand. I literally put it on my chest, and it was like that. Although, really, just on stage, it's like home. It's just the best feeling in the world. There's no other feeling like it. But that's the feeling of doing something you love. It's just that unbelievable euphoria, and it's like, wow, it's amazing. I would play for 2 hours.
Come on, let's get started.
We're rolling.
Oh, my bad. I just love me some Dylan Gardner.
Last week, we kicked off our fall sports season with the first assembly of the school year. Here's a recap of the assembly filmed and edited by Ethan Smith.
Wow, we sure do have a lot of pride in our school.
Congratulations to the boys and girls cross-country team for winning their first meet of the season against Tolleson and La Jolla on Wednesday.
The top 3 boy finishers were Andreas Beltran, Preston Bryant, and Stephen Gallegos.
The top 3 girl finishers were Savannah New, Sam Dean, and Raquel Martinez.
What a great start to the season.
And good luck to the team at their next meet.
Wednesday night at Viper Volleyball home opener, all 3 teams beat Estrella Foothills, moving to an all-across record of 2-0.
Your freshman football team defeated Moon Valley Wednesday night 12-2 to begin the season with a record of 1-0.
Keep up the amazing work.
In other football news, our varsity boys will have their first home game tonight beginning at 7 p.m. The Viper Pit will be in full-fledged.
Don't forget, our first tailgate will take place at 5 p.m. right before the game. Join us for food, games, and a lot of fun.
Your student government seniors have been working so hard to bring you a ton of surprises for this year's homecoming.
Get ready for this year's festivities, Viper Fest!
Date. The homecoming parade will begin at 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 19th, followed by the block party. There will be a DJ, talent show, food trucks, and rides. Don't miss it, Vipers.
If your club or sports team is interested in creating a float for the homecoming parade, please see Miss Cal in room A12.
Aspiring and exceptional art student Casey Essling was interviewed by Wyatt Spalding.
Let's take a look at Casey's inspiration for her new mural in the E-Wing.
Art to me is being able to have a voice and to be able to say things without words. It's been able to give me a voice and so many others, and just to have us express ourselves. I'm Casey Essling, I'm a junior, and I go to Verado High School. I'm currently working on the mural, obviously, and then I'm also working on my college portfolio because I'm going to go to college for art. My main inspiration for this mural is my favorite animator, Hayao Miyazaki, recently retired, and I wanted to make this in his honor. I've included the main characters from some of his best films and some of the side characters like No Face from Spirited Away and little Kodamas from Princess Mononoke. The process has been really difficult for me, but it's going to be the most rewarding thing I've done with art. I think I value the sketching or the first draft of the project most because it's just really fun to take something from your head and to see it come to life.
I can't wait to see what the finished mural looks like.
Next, we'll take a look at the weather with Sebastian.
Good morning, I'm Sebastian Clayball, and here's the weather forecast for next week. Now we're looking at all sunny, no clouds at all, and it is a low from 75 to 81 and a high from 97 to 106. Back to you.
Wow, I can't wait for the cooler months to roll around.
Up next is one of our favorite Netflix series with a Verado spin. You know, I had it all. Straight A's, president of book club, varsity member of the synchronized swimming team. But who would have thought that ditching class one time would lead me here? The sweep room, one of the most terrifying places in the world, home of the baddest of the bad.
Don't worry, if you don't look at the clock, time goes a lot faster.
We all have different stories on how we ended up here. Whether it's showing up to class late, being on your phone, falling asleep during a lecture, or just simply chomping on your gum too loud.
Okay, but what's she here for then? We're not for sure, but she's been here ever since Hoffman disappeared.
But if you really don't want to get trapped here, don't get caught by security. They get you every time. Sometimes the only way to survive here is just to do what you gotta do.
You got the stuff? Yeah. You got the stuff? Yeah.
But we're all just trying to survive. And maybe one day we'll be set free. But for now, we're just doing our best to manage.
That is definitely not one place I want to spend the day.
One of our other opportunities that Verado provides is for having students from other countries experience Arizona and be a Viper for a year.
Jessica Golden caught up with a new exchange student from Germany. Let's hear a little bit more about Teresa.
For about 10 years, Verado High School has invited students from all over the world to attend school here. They've gotten a great turnout with how many students that go into the program. This year, Teresa, who is a foreign exchange student from northern Germany, is going to be here at Verado.
When I was getting older, I recognized that the life in other countries is really different, especially in America. So I thought for myself, oh, that's so interesting, and I was like, I want to see that, I want to make the experience.
It can be kind of scary for teenagers to travel to a whole new country, especially when the two countries are completely different in language and style. It takes time getting used to the everyday life here, but Teresa seems to be fitting in well.
The best things is that you can meet a lot of new people, you can see a lot of different places which you've never seen before, and talk to people and learn another language and get to know yourself.
Teresa has been to America a few times before, but she traveled here when she was younger, so she doesn't remember much. So far, Teresa's impressed with America now that she's older.
America's really big, everything is bigger, like the food and the stores and the streets, and it's just big because Germany is a really small country and the people are more open-minded and more friendly.
Traveling is a big part of her life, so she decided to venture out to new countries. Even though that meant moving away from her family and normal lifestyle, she knew it was the right thing to do.
I think the hardest part is leaving your old life behind and your friends and family. You just leave them behind, everything you had done for the last 16 years. You just have to stop it. What you did every day for such a long time, you can't do anymore. You just have to do everything different.
Teresa hopes to explore more of the world throughout her life, and she's glad that she gets to share this experience with everyone here at Verado.
Not like do it because you just have to trust that everything is going to be alright. You just have to be open. You should never be afraid of anything, because if you have fear, it's the worst thing you can ever have. You don't have to think about so much, just go out and talk to people.
This has been Jessica Golden reporting for VTV.
How cool! I wish I would have taken advantage of that program when I was a junior. Thanks for watching our latest episode of The Weekly Show. As you see in the credits, remember this production takes a lot of time and hard work from many students. I'm Abigail Spong.
And I'm Chloe Aguirre,
Signing off for KVHS. And we're going to end today's show with a final public service announcement.
Have a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. And remember, no school on Monday.
I guess I'll just start with I was talked out of attempting suicide when I was 13 years old.
I left school 9 months ago, and yesterday I started filling out college applications, and that was a point that I never thought I would even get the chance to do. I didn't know if I was going to make it that long. And so it all started when my parents got divorced. It was like a really ugly divorce, and I guess I wanted some form of control, so I developed an eating disorder. And I've been depressed all my life, anxiety, and having them all pile on top of each other just made them all like 10 times worse. So
it's like you're in a dark room and you want to turn on a light, but you can't. And you're constantly trying to figure out why you can't turn on a light, but you just can't.
Like, just imagine staring at your wall in complete silence, like waiting for it to tell you something for hours and hours.
And people don't know the real story. Like, I want to go home after school and just cry. Like,
I think about it every day. I'm constantly trying to keep myself going. Maybe I could have said, hey, are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help you? And there's no way of telling, but it bothers me that I didn't try. I didn't try to understand what was going on with him, and it ended up with him being dead.
The fear I felt that night like made me realize I couldn't ever kill myself, because like, I don't know, when you go through the motions of feeling like your best friend's killing yourself, you realize that like no matter what, like you can't do it. But granted, that doesn't mean like I automatically just like stop being suicidal. Like,
at the end of junior year this year, I didn't really start feeling loved, feeling like people were there for me until like I really surrounded myself with the right people.
Depression and anxiety is something that should be taken seriously, and people that throw it in other people's faces saying that it's nothing, I think should put more research into it and see how it affects other people.
I think what I'd like to say is that like, these are illnesses, they are issues that people face with, that they are real. They're not made up. They're legitimate problems that people face with. And I think that another reality of that is that people overcome them, and that you can get past what you went through.
It's a spiral of events and a spiral of feeling. It's an illness that needs to be treated and needs to be talked about and dealt with. You can't just throw someone a ball of medication and then tell them it's going to be okay and then leave it alone and not ask about it again.
I just think it never hurts to take something seriously. And especially if it's going to end up with a life being taken, it's really important just to pay attention. I mean, this is Pay attention to your friends, pay attention to your family members, your relatives, anyone. It could be happening to anyone and you will never know until it's too late. And I think you just have to be empathetic and compassionate and try to reach out to people even if they don't reciprocate, because it's important. It's really important.
Find something, someone that like you cannot do that to. There's always someone or something.